Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Gebo the Shaman, and today we are talking about Aries in the 10th house. So what does it mean when we have Aries in the 10th house in our chart? Well, in order to understand this, we need to understand Aries, what Aries does in our chart, and the 10th house. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But first, I'd like to just let you guys know about a sale I'm having right now. I'm having a 30% off sale at vincent.thunderwizard.com, and so my Vedic astrology readings are on sale over there, and you can check those out. And also I have my course on sale. It's in that yellow box above that. It's the Self-Transformation Challenge. It's basically, it's like spiritual practices that you could do on a daily basis in order to, spiritually evolve and all that. I have videos that I've made specifically on those, on that course. If you want to find out more information, you can always go to that course, patreon.com/Gebo the Shaman to check that out. So, and then we have the we have the course available for $45 a month over there, or we have it available to be purchased like outright for much more. So if you want to just purchase it outright, I have the gebotheshaman.gumroad.com website, so you can check that out. Also, I have other courses like starting at $20. It's really cheap. Just, meditations and courses and things like that. So check that out. Okay, guys. So yeah. So also be sure to like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff too. So before we get into this video, I'm gonna grab a drink real quick and we'll get into it. Okay, so we're talking about Aries in the 10th house. So what is Aries in the 10th house? Aries in the 10th house is, well, what is Aries? Aries is the sign of the warrior. It's the sign of masculine energy. It's action oriented, like, going to war, actually doing things in the physical world and stuff like that. It's physical activities like sports and working out and athletics and stuff. So athletes can be seen with this, with Aries, in their Aries placement. So Aries is all about athleticism, sports, competitiveness, drive, passions, masculine energy, all that stuff. So yeah. And then we have the 10th house. So the 10th house is the house of the career. This is naturally ruled by Capricorn. Well, Capricorn is the natural 10th house. So this has to do with our career. It has to do with our fame, our reputation in the world. It has to do with like how we present ourselves to the world, things like that. It's mainly to do with our career, our status, our reputation, things like that. So, yeah. So, what happens when we have Aries here in the 10th house? Well, first of all, we would be very career driven. We would be very career oriented, and just like, really focused on our career. We have a lot of, there's a lot of energy going towards our career. So, yeah. So, like, you would have to check out, where Mars is placed, and you'd have to check out the other things that are going on in your chart, but for the most part, Aries in the 10th house is like very career oriented. There's a lot of passion, a lot of motivation towards achieving, your status, the high status in life. And the higher status you get, like it's like a competitive thing for you too, because like you're very, your ego is all about, your status and your career reputation, the reputation you have based on your career. It's, most people in the world, just a sec. Most people in the world, they ask people, like, in order to get to know them, they ask them what they do. And yeah, that can be, that never made sense to me, but anyway, that's because I'm different. But anyway, but basically your career is like your status. It's, your social status. So people with this placement would be very obsessive about achieving things in their career, about, climbing the ladder, the corporate ladder, and getting to success. Like, that's like they want to be competitive with other people, and they're actually driven to be driven by competition, driven by competitiveness, and yeah, that's what drives them. And so, in order to really tick somebody off, or like in order to really get under their skin, you doing better than your friend who has Aries in the 10th house will like irritate them and get them to like actually improve their performance, because they're trying to compete with you, kind of thing. So that's one way to kind of get under their skin, is to like be competitive at work and stuff. So but yeah, not much more to say than that. I mean, it's really like they're just driven to succeed, like. And one thing that you got to watch out for with this placement is that your reputation or your career does not determine your value. So, maybe you have ups and downs with career and your ego gets damaged because you are having, issues with your career. Well, your career does not define you. It does not, it doesn't add to or subtract from your value as a human being. It's like an ego thing, The ego is all about what can I show people that I am good at, What can how can I like impress people, kind of thing. And that's not that'll only get you so far, because if you have your value determined by your ego can fluctuate and it can crash and burn. So, you can, so by, having by understanding your innate value as a human being, instead of the value that your ego has on it, then that'll like counterbalance that. So yeah. So I think that's about it. So let me just check the time here. Yeah, and we're good. So once again, guys, go ahead and check check this link out here. It's all the links are down below in the description too. But check out this site. It's vincent.thunderwizard.com. If you want an astrology reading, go check that out. Also, I have patreon.com/Gebo the Shaman and gebotheshaman.gumroad.com. And also be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Alright guys, so thank you for watching and we'll talk to you next time. Peace. Take care.